From an Olympian to a convict today, it's been quite a fall from grace for the Blade Runner. Oscar Pistorius has been sentenced to 5 years imprisonment for killing his girlfriend Riva Steenkamp. The South African was found guilty of culpable homicide. But we ask, was the Paralympian let off too easily?
The Blade Runner, the fastest man on no legs. Six-time Paralympic gold medalist.
Oscar Pistorius is the Paralympic champion.
And now, guilty of culpable homicide and jailed for 5 years for killing his girlfriend. It's been quite a stark fall from grace for the first Paralympian to compete in the Olympics. This is the story of Oscar Pistorius. The man who was the toast of the world not long ago, showing the differently abled that nothing is impossible. But on 21st October 2014,
breaking news coming in from the Pretoria court, Oscar Pistorius has been sentenced to 5 years in jail.
The following is what I consider to be a sentence that is fair and just both to society and to the accused.
he has to serve 10 months before he will be considered for any kind of release. But another crippling blow came from the International Paralympic Council, which announced that Pistorius will not be allowed to compete in any competition for 5 years. Meanwhile, Pistorius and his family have decided not to appeal, accepting the verdict of the Pretoria court. So 4 years after he made history in London Olympics 2012, Oscar Pistorius will not be seen in action in Rio in 2016.
The court has now handed down judgment and sentence, and we accept the judgment.
It's not hoping for, but we are satisfied.
Pistorius was a first-of-its-kind trial played out in the full glare of the media, a case that divided his country, South Africa, and indeed the entire world, right down the middle. But the result is perhaps not a surprise to anyone. The man who created history has now got lost into it. Sports Bureau headlines today.
Okay, let's go straight across to South Africa and Pretoria, where Michael Apple, correspondent with ANN7, joins us. He's also been Oscar Pistorius' classmate. Appreciate your joining us. Michael, is there a feeling out there that Oscar got off very lightly?
Good evening, Rajdeep. Well, it's difficult to say. There were so many conflicting interests in this case. There seemed to be this outcry that Oscar Pistorius was seeking correctional supervision, with the impression in society that if you shoot and kill somebody that you should get a jail sentence. But of course the court found that while he had the intention to shoot, he did not have the intention to kill. Therefore, negligence is at issue here, not intent. And that is why he was found guilty of culpable homicide. And that is why Judge Masipa had such an important role today to balance what society wants, what is best for society and in the interests of justice, and to balance those two. It was a massive juggling act, it must be said, and I think she cannot be faulted for the sentence she handed down today. The defense got the idea that within 10 months he is eligible to apply for house arrest, correctional supervision, and the state got what they wanted. Not as harsh a sentence as they wanted, the 10 years, but they certainly got 5 years, and I think they might be happy with that.
Is there any sympathy which has grown for Oscar Pistorius as the trial has worn on? Is there a sense that maybe, you know, he should be, as you said, sent to correctional rather than be given a long sentence of 10 years? Was there a growing sympathy for Pistorius at any stage during the trial?
Well, this trial has been so divisive. It really has polarized, I don't think just South Africa, it really has polarized the world into three camps. You'll have those who believe in Oscar Pistorius' innocence no matter what, that he should spend no time behind bars whatsoever. You will then have the other side of the spectrum who believe he is this cold-blooded murderer, that the state was correct in charging him with premeditated murder. And then you'll have those squarely in the middle who really assumed a wait-and-see approach during this case, who had sympathy for him at times, because remember, this is one of South Africa's favorite sons, most celebrated sons, and he was admired throughout the world. Right. So he did have a lot of sympathy that this may have been a tragic accident, yet he acted so unlike the reasonable man would have, that he got what was coming to him.
Okay, got what was coming to him in the end there. Mike Apple, appreciate your joining us and giving us your sense. I know you've been a classmate, so I guess there are mixed feelings that you will have at one level there in this Oscar Pistorius case. But appreciate your taking the time off and joining us there from Pretoria. Thanks very much.